Hey there, little explorers. It's me, your friend Mimi, and welcome to MimuteWorld. Have you ever splashed around in the ocean and thought, why is the water so salty? Well, guess what? Today we're going on an awesome adventure to learn all about the salty, splashy ocean. Are you ready? I can't wait to show you why the ocean tastes salty and where all that salt comes from. Okay, so before we get into the ocean stuff, let's take a quick trip around the world to some amazing places where the ocean shows off its salty magic. Imagine standing on the beach at the Dead Sea. Did you know the Dead Sea isn't actually a sea? It's a super salty lake between Jordan and Israel. It's so salty, 10 times saltier than the ocean, that you can't sink. You just float like a duck. Plus, it's the lowest point on Earth, sitting 430 meters below sea level. But here's the weirdest part. Because it's so salty, almost no plants or animals can live there. That's why it's called the Dead Sea. Cool, right? Or picture the Barrier Reef in Australia. Let's swim over to the Great Barrier Reef in Australia. It's the world's biggest coral reef and so huge. Imagine over 2,900 individual reefs and 900 islands, all filled with colorful fish, turtles, and even giant clams. But here's a super cool secret. The reef is actually made by tiny creatures called coral polyps. They build their own little homes out of limestone, and over thousands of years, they create this magical underwater city. Oh, and did you know the reef is over 20 million years old? That's older than dinosaurs. And have you heard of Bolivia? It's the world's largest salt flat and looks like a giant mirror when it rains. Imagine a place so flat and shiny that it feels like you're walking on the sky. This magical place was formed over 40,000 years ago when a giant lake dried up, leaving behind over 10 billion tons of salt. And guess what? It's home to pink flamingos and even has a hotel made entirely of salt. How cool is that? Cool, right? Now let's figure out why the ocean is so salty. Okay, here's the first clue. Rivers. Rivers are like nature's delivery trucks. They carry tiny bits of salt from rocks and soil as they flow. But wait, rivers don't taste salty, do they? Nope. That's because the salt is super tiny, like invisible sprinkles. When rivers reach the ocean, they drop off all that salt. Over millions of years, the salt piles up, making the ocean super salty. Can you guess how long it takes for rivers to make the ocean salty? Is it 1 year, 100 years, or millions of years? That's right, it takes millions of years. Wow! Here's another clue. Volcanoes. Under the ocean, there are volcanoes that explode and release salty minerals into the water. And guess what? There are also underwater chimneys called that spit out hot, salty water. It's like the ocean has its own kitchen cooking up salt. Can you imagine a volcano cooking salt? That's so cool, right? Did you know the sun helps water disappear into the air? It's called evaporation. When the sun shines on the ocean, it turns water into tiny invisible droplets that float up to make clouds. You can see this magic outside. Pour a small cup of water on a sunny spot on the road or sidewalk and watch what happens. The sun's heat will slowly dry up the water just like it does with puddles after rain. This is how water from the ocean turns into clouds. Cool, right? So let's put it all together. The ocean salt recipe has 3 main ingredients. 1. Rivers carrying salt from rocks and soil. 2. Volcanoes and underwater vents adding more salt. 3. The sun evaporating water but leaving the salt behind. Mix it all up over millions of years and voila! You've got a salty ocean. Can you taste the salt in the ocean? Yep, it's like nature's giant soup. So friends, now you know why the ocean is salty. It's all thanks to rivers, volcanoes, and the sun working together over millions of years. Next time you visit the beach, remember, you're swimming in a giant salty soup that's been cooking for a long time. What do you think happens to the fish and animals in the salty water? Do they drink it, or do they have a special way to stay healthy? What do you think? Even though the ocean is salty, the salt is super important. The salt in the ocean helps sea creatures live in the water. For example, fish have special little tools in their bodies called gills to help them drink the ocean water without getting too much salt in their bodies. It's like a magical sea filter. Thanks for joining me on this salty adventure. Until next time, keep splashing and exploring. Bye-bye!